In today's video, we're going to talk about what's trending for fall decor 2023. So here's the deal. I went on a little shopping excursion to see like what all was out there and start getting ideas so we can prep and think about like what we want to do for fall. So before you shoot the messenger, I am just showing you what is to come. We are not diving into decorating yet. We're just getting our minds thinking. I love to see what's out there, prepare what we're gonna do and that kind of thing. Especially when you do things over here on YouTube, you kind of like need to be one step ahead, and you guys know we always end up having to decorate early in order to show you guys stuff so you guys have time to do it on a normal schedule. Don't come at me in the comments and say, I'm not ready for fall. I'm not ready either. I'm still enjoying summer, but I am looking forward to fall because woo, it has been hot here. Let's check out some footage real quick and let me show you some things that I saw. I can start to get an idea of what's going to be out there, but on top of that, let's just talk a little bit about how we're feeling about what's in the stores and that type of thing, because I have to admit, I was not loving what I saw. My local Home Goods had tons of Halloween decor. I feel like that was the majority of the store. They did have a few just regular fall items, and as you'll see here in a moment, they did have some beautiful ceramic pumpkins that came in a variety of different colors. Lots of their typical little Halloween, cookie jars and mugs, and they did have their usual array of Disney items. And so if you're looking for those kind of items, that is the place to go. Other than that, I was not super impressed. I know it's early, and so hopefully they'll be getting, more variety in. They did have cute apple items, which I thought was nice, and just a lot of skeletons. Like, okay, we get it. It was just getting kind of old. Now this I really did love. They were a mantle scarf, and I wish they would have had it in a different variety where, like a fall variety and not just Halloween. And here's the pumpkins I was talking about. So pretty much whatever color you're looking for, you could find something to go with your aesthetics of your home decor. I absolutely did not enjoy what my local Michael's store had. It was just not great stuff. Very cartoon looking. I showed some of it over on Instagram. I just stopped filming. There was nothing great to show you. So next I headed into Hobby Lobby. They did have a little bit nicer, just neutral decor. Didn't seem so gaudy. I can't even think of the right word of what Michael's looked like. But yes, Hobby Lobby had some of that also, but they did have their typical sales, and so, which that's nice. And you could find just some more neutral decor that just looked a little more classy and just a little better ambiance than what I was finding over at Michael's. The velvet pumpkins and the jewel tones, we're going to discuss more here in a little bit. Very on trend this year, which I think is just a really great thing to add. Don't forget, if you're enjoying today's video, to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now that you've seen what I saw in a few stores, I pretty much just stopped because I just really didn't want to look anymore. I was not enjoying what I was seeing. So I decided I'm going to curate what I want to be trending for fall and like how I envision fall decor going. So I'm just going to ignore the trends. I'm going to go with what I love, which I always suggest that you do. And we're going to talk a little bit about what I think will look great for fall. I'm also going to leave my Amazon storefront down below with some different items that I have chosen for fall if you want to take a look at that kind of thing just for the future to get your mind thinking. I think here in my home this year, one of the things I want to do is textured layers. Meaning I want to mix and match different styles and textures. I want to do like soft velvets with pretty plaids and that type of thing in the colors that I enjoy for fall. I really feel like that is something that you can do to incorporate in your home that doesn't cost a lot of money, which kind of leads to my next thing that I'm going to be doing, and that is going to be jewel tones. tones. We all know for fall, jewel tones are beautiful. Like we saw, I believe it was in Hobby Lobby, they had the jewel tone pumpkins that were velvet. Well, I think if we pull that into our pillows and just do that layering effect, that would be gorgeous. Something that I went on Amazon and ordered were these beautiful blue velvet pillow covers. Very inexpensive, and they had a whole variety of colors. These will be in the storefront down below. I feel like mixing and matching this with the texture layers like we were talking about is the perfect way to just add a little bit of autumn ambiance through your home and just give it that soft, cozy feel. I know everyone gets tired in the fall of people saying cozy, but I really feel like that's what you're going for. You want that cozy aesthetic vibe, and velvet always does it for me. I am such a sucker for blue velvet, which I am going to let you know. How nice is this to transition right into winter? Because then you could change it up what you're layering it with, where you maybe do like white fluffy, pillows with it, and then boom, you have instant winter. So keep that in mind. You can just save yourself some money and transition right into that. Another thing that I feel like will be trending and will look great for fall is just like rustic elements. I always think of rustic elements when it comes to fall because you just want those natural earthy tones, the distressed wood, the wood accents, just the very natural. I just feel like earthy green colors are really great. It makes me think of the acorns, different things like that. So always use those kind of elements in your fall decor, and you can never go wrong. And it doesn't matter if it's on trend or not, because those are things that are just like timeless. I think something else that can be timeless and works really well is if you do a little vintage glam. This combines classic elegance with modern sensibilities. Think ornate mirrors, which I have a really fun DIY if I could ever find a thrift store that isn't outrageous. If you follow me over on Instagram, I showed how I went to a thrift store and I went to buy a picture that was, just a normal size picture. It wasn't way large, but it was a nice size one. $69.98. Like, what is happening? Why? What is happening to the thrift stores here in my city? They're just getting so outrageous. So we'll see if I can bring you that DIY, because I'm not gonna pay that. I could buy a brand new mirror for that, honestly. So I'm really gonna have to do some digging around in my attic or that kind of thing and see what we can come up with, because I know there has to be a better alternative out there. So adding antique inspired decor can sometimes just really give you that timeless charm, which is just so beautiful for the fall time, which, like I said earlier with the blue velvet, really transitions into the Christmas perfectly. Chandeliers, little crystal ornaments, special little antique items. And we will talk more in depth about those, and I will definitely show you some that I really think can do a great idea. Here coming up in the next, usually starting in August, like late August, I will really start showing you some different DIYs and that kind of thing that we can be doing for our fall decor. So stay tuned. I have some really cool ones planned for you. I think another thing that can really hone in on your ambiance for your fall decor is lighting. And I always think of lighting for fall as like cozy candlelight, maybe nice little twinkle lights. Some vintage lighting is just beautiful. Those are the types of things that we can bring in to really make our fall decor look. I love, love, love the ambiance of lighting. I'm very dramatic today. I'm cracking myself up. I don't know why. I get excited to decorate. And so we're sitting here talking about it and I want to do it. Like I'm like, I want to do it. I want to show you all these things already, but you guys will kill me because it's still July. So another thing that I'm noticing, like we talked a little bit that we saw in a couple stores, is pumpkins are obviously always going to be on trend for fall. But I really think that apples are going to come into play. Apples were in play about 3 years ago. One of my favorite tablescapes is from, I believe it was 3 years ago, where I did a whole apple theme and I did not allow one pumpkin in my dining room, and I loved it. And I'm thinking about doing something like that kind of again this year. Just, I figure if I love it, I might as well use it again and just like revamp it and do different things. And that's one of the things that you can always do with your home decor, is you can just revitalize it in a different way. Make it, set it up a little different, or add one new piece to it, and that can just change the whole look. And we're going to be doing lots of that. But keep your eye out for apple decor, because I feel like that just gives you a little bit of a different edge and kind of brings a fun little twist that also brings in different colors that you can use for fall, not just orange. And so keep apples in the back of your mind when you're out shopping. And one of the things I want to talk about are moody florals. And I know that sounds a little weird, but boy, oh boy, moody florals can set the whole ambiance for a room. To me, moody florals are where you're incorporating some of those just dark and kind of different pieces of floral accents that can really just be an eye catcher. And like I just said, set the whole theme for the room, because when you walk in, maybe that's your focal point. Maybe you have moody florals on your pillows, or maybe you have it on a floral arrangement or in artwork, or don't go crazy. I was gonna say maybe you put some wallpaper up. I'm not doing wallpaper just for a season. But anyway, I do know people who do that, but not here. Oh, but you know, anything like that where you add in that moody ambiance of the florals can really make a difference. Hey, and never underestimate the power of potpourri. I've talked about potpourri in the past, where you buy the nice little floral packs and try and look for really pretty autumn ones. I have found different ones at like Kirkland's, Hobby Lobby. Sometimes just setting those out in a bowl can really just add, one, lovely fragrance, and two, they look beautiful and can totally set the scene for your fall table. So obviously, like we said earlier, this video took a little bit of a turn, and we made this trends about what we're planning to do, not what we see out there, because sometimes you just don't enjoy the trends that are out there and you gotta make your own. Which, like I always say, my favorite place is home, and so I'm gonna make it how I love and not worry about what I see out there. And I hope some of the ideas and trends that I have for you guys will love also, and we can just make our home so nice and cozy this upcoming autumn season. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.